Welcome to another episode of Theological Pipe. News, culture, sports, politics, and everything else from a theological perspective.
It's all summed up in love.
What should I do? Tell me. God is good. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give me peace. Give me peace.
Put that in your theological pipe and smoke it.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Theological Pipe, an actual Theological Pipe moment. I actually got some tobacco in here, so I'm going to smoke a pipe while I'm watching the Thunder game and talking to you guys. So thank you for joining us. Hit the subscribe, like, comment button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify or Google or Apple, subscribe as well. Thank everyone for listening. Like I said, the Thunder game's on. The report just came out, I think it was today, that the ratings for the NBA are down now 23%. Just a few weeks ago, we were talking about it being down about 4%. So ratings continue to go down. Again, it's because we're getting lectured by hypocrites. I guess we're all hypocrites if you want to have like a real theological pipe moment. Every one of us is hypocrites. But, you know, the NFL, the NBA, the whole Jacob Blake thing, the more information that comes out about what happened and the more information about who he was, really not the best person to put up on a pedestal or anything. So right now, if you're watching, there's 5 minutes left in the Oklahoma City-Houston game. Even though the ratings are down, like I've said before, I think sports still has the power to heal, power to bring us together. I'm in Oklahoma. I'm a Thunder fan. It's 99-96 with 5 minutes left in Game 7. So, rooting for the Thunder. I think they've done pretty amazing things this season. But they're missing a few shots here at the end. Well, there's still 5 minutes left, and they're down by 3. Wanted to just talk about a couple things as I'm watching again. So Nancy Pelosi is in the news, and it blows my mind. I've talked in previous podcasts about leadership, about being nice, about doing the right thing. And Nancy Pelosi has rules and encourages people, you have to wear a mask. You can't go out. We're going to shut down all of the businesses. We're going to shut down hair salons. But she decided, because she's Queen Nancy, she's going to go get her hair done. And she did. And in some of it, she wasn't wearing a mask. There was video of them at the store, at the salon. She got her hair done, wasn't wearing a mask. The video was leaked. It came out. And I don't care about all the behind-the-scene details. She lectures people to wear a mask. She tells people that they're going to be killed. Even though if you go back to the beginning, the first few months of the virus, she was telling people to go out and go to Chinatown and go to San Francisco and go hang out. But now she's caught. And so the adult thing to do, the leadership thing to do, the right thing to do would be for Pelosi to come out and say, you know what, I'm sorry. It's been a long time. Now I understand why people are upset. All I can do is ask forgiveness. I'm not going to do it again. Forgive me. Hey, lack of judgment on my part. Momentary lack of judgment. But what does she do? She says, I'm not going to apologize. And in fact, the only thing I apologize for is for being set up by the store owner. So it's not her fault. And she blames the store owner for going to get her hair done with no mask on, even though salons are closed to everybody else in California. The height of hypocrisy, the height of just arrogance, and the height of just stupidity, in my opinion. And it blows my mind, number one, that she would even say that. And then number two, that the media doesn't follow up the way they should. Again, they should do the right thing. The adults should do the right thing and say, hey, you know what? We may be a Pelosi fan, but what she did was really stupid, and it's really bad optics, and it looks bad. And then now she's blaming a store owner, and now you have a bunch of minions, a bunch of fools attacking the salon owner. Because why? Because Nancy Pelosi went to get her hair done, and the video leaked. It's ridiculous. Blaming her. The media would not let a Republican get away with this, nor should they. I think one of the things I want is a media that's tough, that's hard, that's difficult on both sides. And it just one of those things. So that was blowing my mind. Again, I'm watching the game again. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left. 99-99. It's tied up. I got a fan going, so it's going to be hard to light this Theological Pipe. But, again, we need leadership in this country. We need people that are willing to step up and admit when they're wrong and to do the right thing. And we're not seeing that. We're not seeing it from anybody. And it's kind of sad because I think all she had to do was say, I'm sorry. I mean, that's another thing that we could do is just say you're sorry. 101-99, Houston's up, and they just got the ball. Get this lit. Got your tamper. It's 101.99 with about 3 minutes and 16 seconds left in the game. Another thing I wanted to talk about real quick as we're watching the Thunder. Again, I'm hoping I can time this just about right to be about 20 minutes is what I try to shoot for with the podcast, 20 to 30 minutes, and then kind of end it. So I'm hoping that the game will end. I can talk about the things I wanted to talk about, and we can go from there. So again, Nancy Pelosi, be better, man. Be better. Blaming other people for something you did is just ridiculous to me. And again, probably the worst part is that the media just lets it slide. That the media is going to let her get away with it. They might ask one follow-up and say, "Oh, okay, thank you, Queen Nancy." And it's ridiculous. And again, it does have to do with whether they're Republican or Democrat. And case in point, you see Donald Trump leaving news conferences, leaving press conferences, getting on planes, walking somewhere, and the press hounds him. And the press is asking all kinds of questions. And I don't mind tough questions. I don't mind probing questions. I don't mind questions that are gotcha questions. That's what you do to the president. Now, they didn't do it for 8 years when Obama was president, but fine, be hard on Trump. Be difficult on him. Ask him questions. Ask him about some of the stupid things that he does or the stupid tweets that he has. And they should. But then you have Joe Biden, who was getting... There was a video a couple days ago. He got out of the car and he walked up the stairs to the plane. Not a word. Just video from really far away of, oh, look, he walks up the steps. Isn't that great? No one asked him a question. No one shouted anything at him. And then he has press conferences, and you could tell that the questions are prearranged. He had a interview, and you can tell that he was reading off the prompter because he read the heading of what he was supposed to read. And again, I know they do that, but where's the press? Where's the harping? Where's the challenging? And they should do it for both candidates, and they don't, and that's a shame. And both networks, Fox is easy on Trump, ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, they're all easy on Biden, and vice versa. But just do your jobs, be adults, be real, and do it the right way. And when somebody does something wrong, like Nancy Pelosi, call her out. I mean, the question should be, hang on a second, Nancy, you're blaming the salon owner for your stupidity, for your mistake? You're going to deflect the blame on her, and you're going to expect us to sit here and cover for you? No. You need to own up to this, and you need to say you're sorry. And I think that's just kind of sad. So I'm going to turn this way. The tobacco's a little wet, so it might not stay lit. So let's see what the scores of the Thunder game. There's a timeout, it looks like. Man, this thing's not going to light very good. So what? It's tasted good, those 2 puffs I had. The other thing I wanted to talk about while we're watching the Thunder, and I'll probably talk about this, and then we'll kind of look at the end of the Thunder game here together, or watch it and stuff like that. But perspective is something that's important, especially in this day and age, and especially with what I said about the media really not doing their jobs, and really doing what they've always done. They always push fear. They always push negativity, because if it bleeds, it leads. Negative stories work on the American people. That's how you get ratings. That's how you get people watching your things. And so it's always nice, I think, again, I've said before, focus on some good things. Focus on some positives. And there's a great website called humanprogress.org. humanprogress.org. And it's an incredible website because it has this part on it where it says find data, and it's got a list of like 1,000 data points that you can click on, and you can see the progress that the world, you can focus in on individual countries, but you could look at the world and see the progress that has been made on the number of homicides, over the past 20 years, 30 years. How the mortality rate for males, for females, what type of cancers people are getting, how many people are dying from cancer. You could look at poverty. You can look at car crashes. You could look at gun crime. You could look at homicides. You could look at rapes. You could look at child abuse. You could look at all of the metrics that you want in terms of how are things going? Are things getting better or worse? And the website's really cool because, again, when you click on the information that you want, it will open up a map of the United States and, actually of the world. And again, you can focus in on whatever country you want, but it will open up a map, and then you click play on the bottom, and it will go through the years. It'll go through 20 or 30 years, 10 years, and it will show you how the statistics change in the world. And pretty much in every important metric, from poverty to health to the way we grow crops, to how much we grow, how much land we use, you name it, every single metric just about that you can look at that's important is getting better. Things are getting better. There's less poverty. There's less crime. There's less murder. We had a church service today. We had a prayer service today at church, and I was talking about this, and I was talking about the website, and I just asked the question. I said, I think it was, let's say, 1980. I could have the dates wrong. I said in 1980, 10.5 out of every 100,000 people were murdered, were a victim of homicide. That was 1980. It's now 2018, 2019, whatever the last year they had statistics. How many of you, what do you think the number is now? And 4 or 5 people just chimed up, oh, it's way worse. It's way worse. It's actually about half. It's less. It's about 5 point something. So it went from 10 point something to 5 point something in the past 20, 30, 40 years. The number of people or victims of homicide has gone down, but everyone's mind there was, ooh, it's so much worse. It's so much worse. And so when you look at that website, at least for me, because I'm a nerd and I like to go through those things and look at them, when you look at them, you're like, wait a second, so we're growing more crops and using less land? Wait, less people are dying from murder? There's less gun death? Poverty's been almost eliminated in a lot of countries. It's getting less over the past 50 years. Wait a second. People are living longer? Babies are living longer? The infant mortality rate is way less? Like every metric that you would say, yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. Education, technology, and how far it's advanced. All of it, it's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting better. And I'm kind of glancing. If you're watching me on YouTube, I'm talking and I'm looking down. It's now 102, 101 Oklahoma City. There's a minute and 42 seconds left in the game. Thunder just scored, so they're up by 1. Again, I kind of hope the Thunder win. I don't think they're going anywhere after this. But I just don't like the way the Rockets. I'm gonna shift gears again. Things are getting good. Things are improving. Don't think that the world is just the worst place it's ever been. Things have always been bad, and people have always made improvements to the world. And in fact, things are getting better. Things are going in the right direction. Now, are there blips? Sure. Are there areas that we need to improve on? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the younger generation should not look at the older generation and say, you all haven't done anything. Look at the world you left us. Yes. Look at the world we left you. It's been getting better, and it's been getting better for 50 years. It's been getting better for 20 years. It's been getting better since the 70s. It's been getting better. And here's our challenge. You keep it up. You're passionate. Young people are passionate about making the world a better place. Keep it up. But don't look down on people who are above you and say, you guys haven't done anything. Yeah, they have. Right now, everybody that's watching this probably has a device in their hand that gives them access to the world. And right now there's less people in poverty and less people dying, and you're going to live longer and you're going to make more money than you. I mean, there's so many positives that are happening. So, the website to me gave me hope, or gave me a better feeling about things. Yes, things are sometimes bad. They've always been bad. Every generation thinks they have it the worst. Every generation thinks, oh, it's so much worse today than it was 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. The prophet Billy Joel wrote in We Didn't Start the Fire. Now, things have been bad, and they're always bad, and there's always room for improvement. But actually, if you look at this website, you're going to say, hey, we've made some pretty significant strides with technology and with advancements and with people doing what they need to do. And in the United States, man, if you look at that, it's made some really good improvements. And I think our freedom is part of that. And so for me, our freedom and our ingenuity and the blessings of living in this country are the things that make the improvements possible. I've spoke before that the poor people in this country, the poor people in the United States of America, are the top 20% of the richest people in the world, if that puts anything into perspective. If you want to see why America could be considered a shining light, why America is that shining city on the hill, why America is a place of blessing, that's one of the reasons. Again, are there issues in this country? Absolutely. Are there some people that don't have a fair shake? Yes. Are there things that we need to fix? Yes, but you fix them within this system because this system is amazing. You don't destroy, you don't dismantle the system like Black Lives Matter wants to. You don't dismantle the system like Antifa wants to. You don't go to socialism because some elites who can't point to one instance in human history where it's worked. Let's be real about this, and let's focus on some positives. And if you go to humanprogress.org, you're going to find that. So I'm going to leave it there. Let's watch. I'm going to, like I said, watch the game. I'm going to put it up here on my screen. It's 102 to 103. The Rockets are up 1 with 33 seconds left. And the ball's out of bounds. It's still Houston's ball. So the Thunder are down 1. I'm going to try to light this again, so there might be some dead space on this. I'm trying to light my pipe. All right, there we go. So they missed the ball. There's 21 seconds left, and the Thunder have the ball, and they're down by 1. 16 seconds left. Chris Paul, he almost threw it away, but they got it back. We got a three-pointer that was blocked. He got it back. Oh, wow, that was just not a smart play. So here's what happened. Lou Dort, who's been playing an incredible game. The Thunder are going to lose. There's 0.5 seconds left with, and it's the Rockets' ball. Lou Dort tried to shoot a three-pointer. He's been playing great. Harden blocked it. Dort rebounded it and tried to throw it against Harden for some reason, and he actually was. It was just. I mean, I'm not going to complain about Lou Dort doing that. But I don't know what he was trying to do. Maybe Harden was out of bounds and he was trying to throw it off of him. Harden leaped up. The ball went between his legs, so now it's the Rockets' ball. 0.5 seconds left. The Thunder look like they're going to lose. The sad part for the NBA is this was a pretty good game. I've watched most of it. It's gone back and forth. The Thunder are a young team. They weren't even expected to really make the playoffs this year. Chris Paul has done some great things with leadership. They had great young players, Gilchrist Alexander. Lou Dort, again, played out of his mind today. Steven Adams is one of my favorite players. I mean, they had a chance. They were down 1. They had the ball. They had a chance to win. They didn't do a great job of execution, almost threw it away a couple times. Thunder played well. It was a good series. It was fun. Again, the sad part to me is 24% less people are watching it. And if you go back to like the 90s, there's 40% less people watching NBA basketball. They even said in the ratings thing that in the demographic, like the young people demographic, they're down like 20-something% as well. So what a shame for a great game to be like this and for not many people to watch it. And I've said in some podcasts previously, and it's been echoed by other people, man, adults, you guys need to step up, and you need to try to fix these things. Sports is something that can heal the country. Sports is something that can make things better. And when less people are watching it, it has less of an impact. And if this trend continues, when they do the collective bargaining and they do the salaries are going to start going down. And these players owe it to the next generation to continue to build on what Michael Jordan did, what Larry Bird and Magic Johnson did before Jordan, what Dr. J did before Magic and Bird, and what they're doing is ratings are down. It's lack of leadership. It's lack of people who know what they're talking about. It's people lecturing people when they don't need to be. And it's a shame because this was a good game. People would have really liked to watch it and really got into it and stuff like that. So I'm going to wait till the game ends before I sign off. It's been about 19 minutes of the podcast. Again, Nancy Pelosi is a joke and should be called out, and she should do the adult thing, the right thing, and apologize. Things aren't as bad as people think. If you go to humanprogress.org, you can look at those data sets and you can see how things have actually gotten better. And our job, I think, especially in this country, is to recognize that we're blessed to live here, to recognize that we're fortunate to be where we're at, and to find those areas where we need improvement and not lie about them. Let's not pretend and use hyperbole to pretend things that are going on. Let's not use phrases like the cops are hunting black people in the streets. They're not. They're not. Are they harassing black people in the streets? Probably in some areas. Let's fix that. Do they sometimes use too much force on every single race and color and creed? Yes, of course. It's not just black people. You can go and watch videos. There's a guy that did a Twitter thread that was really good, and he listed all the white people in 2019 that had been shot and killed by cops that were unarmed, and it was like all 20 of them. There was 9 black people. There was like 19 white people. We don't hear those in the news. So stop letting the news drive things. Go and find your facts and figures yourself. Stop letting them drive the agenda. Stop living in fear. And again, find those areas where we need to fix things. There are people that are poor. Who cares what color they are? If people are poor, as a believer, as a Christian, it's our job to help the poor. It's our job to reach out and do things for them. You know, I've said before in my church, if Christians would do what God had told them to do, there wouldn't be a need for the government to take care of poor people, because they'd be taken care of, and there'd be programs to help them. I'm all for programs, and we can do those things. But you know, things are okay. Are there issues? Sure, but we can work on them. So again, I'm gonna finish this game up. It's 0.5 seconds. Rockets are trying to inbound the ball. They just get it in, and that up. And there's a foul. They put more time on the clock. So my bad is there's 2 seconds left. They inbound. Westbrook inbounded the ball to Harden. 2 seconds left in the game. They fouled Harden. I guess the Thunder had a foul to give, so they fouled there. So there's still 2 seconds left. So it's not out of the possibility. I mean, there's a little better chance than 0.5 seconds. But they're looking to throw the ball in. They do. They foul. 1.4 seconds left in the game. And they're putting up. They're going to put somebody on the free throw line. I couldn't see who they fouled, but so Rockets will get 2 shots. If they make it, the Thunder will be down 3. Robert Covington, he's an 80% free throw shooter. He's going to the line. He hasn't shot any free throws today. He's scored 20 points. So he's going to shoot 2. Get that going again. He's going to shoot 2 free throws, and it hit off the back of the rim, hit off the front, and went in. Use my tapper. Let's see if I can keep this going for a few seconds while we finish up here. 104, 102, 1.4 seconds left. Rockets are up 2. He missed it. Thunder got it, and they called timeout. So this is a little bit better. Okay, things are not as dire as they were before. Still going to need, either 3-pointer to win it, 2-pointer to go to overtime. There's 1.2 seconds left. The Thunder called timeout, so they'll get the ball in their court, their side of the court, and we'll see what happens. The good news for the Thunder, if you're a Thunder fan and you've watched their games, you know that they are historically really, really bad when it comes to last-second shots, and that's partly due to Westbrook and Durant. But Westbrook and Durant, when they played together, a lot of their plays were them just standing around waiting to do something. A lot of times, over the years with Westbrook, he would just jack up a silly shot. Sometimes he made miraculous ones, but they're a little bit better now because they have Chris Paul and some different guys that can possibly help them here. So we're going to see what they do. 1.2 seconds left. Take a draw on the pipe for good luck. So the theological pipe moment, if you're a leader, admit your mistakes. Don't be like Nancy Pelosi. Just admit it. Don't blame someone else, because that poor shop owner is now going to face the wrath of a bunch of progressive minions, and that's kind of sad. So don't do that. She could have just shut her mouth and say, yeah, it was a mistake, I'm sorry, and that would have been the end of it. But no, she has to blame someone else. And then things aren't that bad. Things have progressed over the past 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. And if you go to humanprogress.org, you can see that. So 1.1 seconds left. Thunder are getting ready to inbound the ball. I'm going to sit here. Let's turn it up and see if you guys can hear it maybe.
Clark, clock starts on the touch. Gilgeous-Alexander is going to have to burn another timeout. Billy doesn't
Okay.
go all the way out at half court to make it happen.
I'll turn it down for a second. You don't have to listen to that, but
They called a foul prior to.
oh,
That's
what?
the Oklahoma City Thunder is complaining about right now, prior to the timeout.
Okay, so let's see here for a second. So the Thunder were trying to inbound the ball. It's apparently that one of the refs they called timeout, but it was possible before that there was a foul called. We're gonna see what happens here. So they're still talking. So I guess they're not gonna. They were trying to get them to replay it to see if the foul was called before the timeout. Let's see. I'm gonna look here and see. I see where the foul sort of was called. They were holding them, but I'm not sure here. Yeah. So anyway, there's 1.1 second left on the clock. They're now talking. So sorry for the dead air. This is going to be like one of those boring podcasts. Why isn't he talking? I'm sitting here trying to watch. I have it on an iPad. I don't think it'd be really cool if I turned it around. I don't think you'd be able to see it that well. But again, I'll go through it again. Be an adult and do the right thing. Which, I mean, I could go back to my mantra all the time. Be nice. Nancy Pelosi, be nice. Be an adult. Do the right thing. You know, don't put the blame on other people for your mistakes. And then humanprogress.org, great website to check out to see some of the progress we've made. And so when you look at some of the issues that we're facing, and I don't care if global warming is one of those things, or the rainforest being depleted, or food shortages that may or may not come up. And I've said before, I've heard those, you know, that there's going to be mass starvation and we're going to run out of food and there's going to be ice ages or there's going to be floods. Or we've heard that for 100 years. We've heard that since I can remember. You go back and read about it. Well, it looks like they are calling a foul. So Gallinari, it looks like, is on the line for 2 shots. Oh, well, I don't know what happened now. Let's listen here. He gets 1 shot, it looks like. I'm guessing there was a illegal defense or something.
That foul was against James
No,
Harden.
there was a foul. And he missed the free throw.
But not a deal breaker. They can still tie it.
You know historically how much grabbing and holding there is in this situation.
So I don't understand the 1 free throw right there. I don't know if it was a technical or something.
Again,
But Gallinari just missed a free throw. Thunder still have the ball.
And the way he's being defended by PJ Tucker.
And now we get another timeout.
Timeout wants to talk about it.
So I'm not sure. Apparently, there was a foul called or something. I guess it was a technical because Gallinari got 1 shot, 1 free throw shot, which would have put them down 1 point. So he missed it, which is not the best thing to do. But they're still down 2 with 1.1 second left. They're going to get a chance for an inbound, maybe a dribble, and then a shot. So we'll see what they come up with. Again, you know, I hope they hit it. I hope they hit a 3 just to end the game. That'd be kind of cool. Again, it's a shame that 24% less people are watching this from last year and 40% less people are watching it from like 5-10 years ago. Sports is, again, one of those things that brings people together. Right now, even though there's less people watching it, you have black people, white people, you have rich people, you have young people, you have old people, you have, you have Christians, you have atheists, you have Muslims, you have Republicans, you have Democrats, you have independents, and they're watching this game. And right now, they don't care about bills. They don't care about politics. They don't care about agendas. They don't care about they're looking at this and saying make the shot or miss the shot or play defense or play offense. That's what they're focused on, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing to get away from things for every once in a while. There's a great phrase I heard. I don't remember who taught me it. Recreation has the root word recreate. It allows us, man, to rest and to rejuvenate. So let's see what happens here. They got a 1.1 second.
And they get it blown up.
Well,
The Houston Rockets blow it up, deflect it away. They tried to get it to Adams, and ball game over.
well,
The Houston Rockets advance to take on the Los Angeles Lakers.
there we go. That was weak. really bad. They tried to inbound it to they were having trouble getting it into anybody. They threw it in Adams. It got deflected. I don't like the Rockets style of basketball. That's really it. I think the three-pointers has ruined basketball. Just the way swinging for the fences and that stuff has ruined baseball in terms of being able to watch it. It's just not good. Hey, good series, fun to watch. It was cool that the Thunder had a shot. It is what it is. Like I said, I didn't think they were going anywhere. But yeah, just not the best inbounds play. They were having trouble. They were trying everything. He had to just get it in because they were getting ready to 5 count. Maybe a foul, but whatever. You let that go. Nice series. Again, it's a shame that the people in leadership like Adam Silver, like Roger Goodell, they need to step up and do the right thing. Their fans are stopping watching. When we talked about the ratings and attendance at games a few podcasts ago. So I love sports. Still going to watch sports. I think there's a better way to go about it than doing what they're doing. And I'll leave you with this one. This is the one that blew my... I won't leave you with that. We'll talk about things other times. So do the right thing if you're an adult. Things aren't that bad. Focus on some good things. Go to that website and look at it. Do the right thing. Be nice. Put that in your theological pipe and smoke it. And we'll see you next time.